What is going on, everybody? My name is Ethan. Welcome back to HardCap Games, another episode here on the channel today, people. Today of week 2 of the Pokemon Draft League known as the AFG. So, I am your coach of the Detroit Cobalions, and this week we are taking on Exzolus and the Sapporo Snovers. We're going to go over their team in just a quick second, and then we will get right into it. If you guys enjoy, leave a like down below, subscribe if you are new. I'm just going to pop over and make sure Exzolus hasn't told me that he wants to play yet. Alright, we're all set. So, we're going to go over Exzolus's team real quick, and then we're going to jump right into what we are bringing this week. So, first things first, he has Urshifu. Urshifu is just a physical beast. Its ability is Unseen Fist, means it hits straight through Protect. Wicked Blow always crits, and it's just a very tough opponent to take down. Hits like a bus. Slowking Galarian form. This is our second week in a row facing Galar, but this one's a little bit easier to deal with Psychic and Poison being a little bit of an easier type to deal with. Hopefully we don't get run over by this one too. His third Pokemon is Salamence. Salamence is a Dragon Flying type. It does get Intimidate, so I'm a little bit nervous about that. It makes things a little bit trickier to take down, but it is a mon that can be run both physically and specially depending on what it's going for, or it could be Dragon Dance, so we have to look out for Salamence. I'm really expecting that thing to come today. Hoopa-unbound is just kind of disgusting. It's a special monster that also has an insane physical stat, but it's very weak in the physical defense department. It's also its Terra Captain, as you can see there, with Dark and Fairy, and I'm personally expecting it to be Fairy to deal with Ting Lu, but also carry Psychic moves. Which it doesn't always carry, but I'm expecting at least one today. Klefki can set up spikes, it can set up double screens, it's pretty defensive. Other than that, it's not too crazy. Its steel typing paired with Fairy makes it tricky to take down, but it's not all that intimidating to me. I have ways to take this thing out, I'm pretty sure. Iron Leaves is one of the newest Pokemon released in the game. It's a grass and psychic type, which means it is quad weak to bug. But it gets lots of really good coverage moves, so it's tough to know what to expect with this thing, but we can pretty safely expect Leaf Blade and Psy Blade, and then 2 other moves to come with it. Inteleon hits very, very hard, very fast. It has Sniper, and it also gets Snipe Shot. It gets some decent coverage as well, which is pretty tricky to deal with, but it is kind of frail. Quagsire is the only way that it can set up Stealth Rocks or Toxic Spikes. It's a water and ground type. I'm not really anticipating Quagsire to come this week, unless he really, really wants to get up some spikes. Altaria has the same typing as Salamence. It kind of does the same thing as Salamence, except that it can also remove hazards with Defog. It's its only Defog remover. He has no Rapid Spinners. So really, if he wants to get hazards off the field, it's just Altaria. He does what Salamence does, but specially, but slightly worse. Veluza is brand new to the team. He had Ditto, dropped Ditto, picked up Veluza, so I have to assume it was for a reason. Filet-Away kind of just messes up whatever it's up against. But we have ways to mitigate this. And finally is Dedenne. I'm not really anticipating Dedenne to come, especially because I have 2 ground types on my team, but it's an Electric Fairy, and he did bring it last week. So it's not out of the realm of possibility that Dedenne does come. Personally, I'm expecting Urshifu, Slowking, Salamence, Hoopa, Iron Leaves, and then either Inteleon or Veluza. One of the 2. I'm not anticipating both. I'm not really thinking that Dedenne comes. I'm not really thinking Quagsire or Altaria comes. Klefki is like that 7th man, right? Like it's either Klefki or it's Iron Leaves, in my opinion. So what are we bringing? Let's go take a look. First things first, we're bringing Diancie with leftovers, Moonblast, Diamond Storm, Calm Mind, and Rock Polish. It has a very, very specific spread. Moonblast, Diamond Storm, Calm Mind, Rock Polish kind of covers a lot of our bases. We're running a special type of deal where it's a mixed attacker with a lot of EVs in almost every single department, but we're running Quirky, or just a neutral nature. I chose Quirky because I think Quirky's funny. I don't lose anything on Diancie, which is great because I want to really try and outspeed something. Moonblast always kills Urshifu. I'm not expecting Diancie to be across from Urshifu all that often, but Clear Body means I can't be affected by Intimidate from Salamence. So I can pretty safely kind of deal with him in that way. Plus, I have Moonblast, so it doesn't matter anyways. Getting up a Rock Polish allows me to outspeed a max speed Urshifu that is not Choice Scarfed. Even without a Calm Mind, I can eat anything that Inteleon throws at me, and getting one up makes it even easier. Diamond Storm has a 50% chance to raise my defense by 2 stages, so if I'm lucky, I could just be at +2 on everything except my attack within 3 turns, which is really good. I'm really only scared out by Iron Leaves, and if for some reason one of these things is carrying a Steel type move, it probably just shreds right through me. Second, we are bringing Nails Emoji, the Quaquaval. This is a Scarf Quaquaval. Jolly Nature, Moxie, 252 speed, 252 attack, and 4 HP. Quaquaval Choice Scarf means I do outspeed a handful of things. Close combat will always kill Urshifu. Salamence almost always dies almost dies all the time to Intimidate. So if we manage to get rocks up in a minute, I'll show you the rocks. That'll really, really help us. U-Turn kills Iron Leaf 100% of the time. I almost didn't bring Quaquaval because it's weak to Psychic and he has so many Psychic types, but its resistance to the Dark type moves of Urshifu makes it really hard to not bring. I have to just play with it very carefully today. There isn't much that wants to take a Moxie boosted Aqua Step on Exzolus' team, but being Scarf means I do have to hard switch instead of going for U-Turn if I'm threatened out, so he's kind of just a revenge killer for this match. Third up, Electrode Hisui, also known as Babam. He's holding the Choice Specs. This thing has a very particular EV spread as well. He's making his debut in week 2 here, and you'll notice actually looking up top that the only one that hasn't made his debut yet will be Houndstone and Amoonguss, actually. But Electrode's coming in here. He can just put in some massive damage at a really high speed. It's really hard to outspeed Electrode. He is built to outspeed a max speed Urshifu. But he does, and that helps him a lot because those moves do a lot into Urshifu. Electrode doesn't learn like any coverage moves, for what it's worth, but he gets some pretty good attacking moves. He does speed creep Inteleon, and he does kill with Volt Switch. Quagsire dies to an energy or Giga Drain and an energy ball. Either one of any of those moves kill Veluza. If we can take it out before it gets a Fillet Away up, it makes it even easier. If it gets up a Fillet Away, we probably just lose if he brings Veluza. But he can put in some real work into Urshifu. Oh, I know why. Yeah, Quaquaval outspeeds Veluza if it's Scarfed, and at +2. Sorry, Quaquaval outspeeds Veluza if Quaquaval is Scarfed and Veluza is at +2. And if I start going for Aqua Steps, I can rack that up pretty quickly. It can put in some work on Urshifu, but it definitely dies to whatever Urshifu uses, so it's kind of just best to let anyone else deal with Urshifu, and is basically useless into Hoopa and Slowking, so it's never going to see the field against those guys. It's basically coming just to cover our bases against the water types, and to put in some decent damage onto either of the Dragon Flyings. Fourth, we have Landorus, Life Orb, Sheer Force, Earth Power, U-Turn, Sludge Bomb, and Psychic. This set right here, there is no physical way for Urshifu to beat Landorus as long as I play it smart. Landorus outspeeds a banded max speed Jolly Urshifu. So if it's banded and max speed, outspeeds, it lives. If it is Scarf, Adamant, max attack Urshifu, it lives whatever move it goes for. Unless Urshifu has some massive special defense investment, Landorus should be able to always kill with Earth Power into it's like 100.8% on the low end. So if it has a little bit of investment, it should still have a chance to pick up the kill. U-Turn on a special Landorus never makes any sense, which is why I don't think he'll expect it into Hoopa. But U-Turn from Landorus does always kill. And Earth Power always kills Slowking. So this thing has the potential to put in a lot of work. I don't know exactly where we're going to use it, but we're going to use it at some point. Next up is Mies the Ting Lu. Ting Lu's coming with the other of our 2 terrors. Last week we brought Ground. This week we're bringing Poison. Ting Lu is kind of actually a late game. I want to get up a Stealth Rock and then play it for late game. If Ting Lu is still around in the late game, he does some great work, if not Terra, because he really kind of scares whatever's on the other team. We can play some mind games as to whether or not we will Terra, and he also won't know what our Terra is. If he brings in Urshifu, we can Terra into poison, and that goes from being a very good chance to kill to a 25% damage. If it goes from being the ground dark to being a poison type from Urshifu. Urshifu almost never carries psychic coverage. It never really carries Zen Headbutt. It's pretty much always Wicked Blow, Sucker Punch, Close Combat, U-Turn. That's pretty decent, if in my opinion. If Hoopa and Mence are gone, this is a very, very safe option for us. If Hoopa's left, we can force him to make a read on if we're going to Terra Fairy or stay a Dark type. And finally, we have Corviknight. Corviknight is coming with an attacking set, but this week, so we don't have any hazard. Oh, no, sorry, that's wrong. There we go. All right, now he's good. Corviknight now has the right moves. Since we don't have hazard removal on Quack, Corviknight is carrying Defog. I don't really feel pressured to put up my rocks in this match, but it's nice for Salamence and for just kind of chipping whatever comes in. Considering he has to bring Altaria to get rid of them, it's kind of just there for the rest of the game. If he brings Quagsire, I'm going to really enjoy having Corviknight to get rid of anything. Roost just gets my health back up. Brave Bird is massive damage. And U-Turn is that pivot option. I do live a Thunderbolt from Hoopa by the skin of my teeth, if that comes, which I think is possible. And at the same time, I live a Close Combat from Urshifu. I don't live both of those, but I live one of them. But I can Roost that back off. So that being said, I think we are all set. And we're just going to check real quick to make sure that this team is valid, and we are valid for Gen 9 Paldea Dex Draft. So I'm going to get in contact with Exzolus, and then we will get going with this battle. Okay. This is interesting. I didn't quite plan for half of these things. That's fascinating. Okay. Well, I don't see a reason why I can't lead Quaquaval and just U-turn out. Let me make sure this is all set. Yeah, this looks pretty good. So, it's a pretty safe U-turn. Or I can lead with Mies and just get up my rocks, but I'm assuming Altaria is going to have Defog, and Quag is definitely here to get up some Toxic Spikes, so I'm going to have to get rid of those pretty quickly. Oh, God. You know, maybe we leave with Bob-omb, and we just Volt Switch out, or we can Giga Drain on whatever's in front of us. So let's go Bob-omb. We're going to lead with Electrode. And Altaria is here first. Okay. So, we'll lead with Electrode. And what does this thing really want to do to me? Normal Altaria, this would do 40%. I know I outspeed. It could be going for a Willow. It could be going for a Hurricane. It could be doing a lot of things right now. If it's going for a Willow, I guess I want Chandelier in on it. So let's just Volt Switch out. Oh, he's gonna... Oh, never mind. He's gonna go Slowking. This is great. Because I wanted Sanjin in front of this. Okay. I'm running Calcs this week. Slowking, let's assume it's Assault Vest. U-turn won't really do a whole lot. Huh. Well, it'll do a lot of damage to me. But I think I can just... He's at 76. I think I just want to go for an Earth Power. Well, do I? Yeah, I think he went into this expecting me to double into Diancie. But I think that going for Earth Power and just getting that damage, it's upwards of 60 or 58 to 69%. I think this is the right move here. Going for this. This is what does the most amount of damage into Slowking. I could have swore that Slowking would take less from this. Oh, here's Hoopa. That's not great. But we can U-turn out on Hoopa. We know this. We know we can U-turn out on Hoopa. And it should theoretically kill. Yes! Alright, good job, Hoop. Good job. Good job. That's some good stuff right there. That's a huge threat out of the way. Right away. Hold on. Landorus. KO. Hoopa with U-turn. I want to keep track of these things for myself. What's he gonna go into now? I think I just go back into Bob-omb. I let him bring in what he wants to bring in. Urshifu. That's not great. Who wants to eat something from Urshifu right now? He swept last week with Urshifu. He 6-0'd with Urshifu. No, he got all 6 kills with Urshifu. He 4-0'd. God, this thing's terrifying. What did I say I wanted in front of this thing? I should have leech seeded was what I should have done. Oh god. Close combats. Does he sucker punch? That's the question. I think he does. Oh, I'm taking a massive risk by doing this. Hold on, I need to run this calc. Quake Wavol versus Urshifu. Let's assume it's banded. If he goes for close combat right now, I take 124. If I go into Diancie, I take 90, which is not good. If I go into Landorus and he goes for Wicked Blow, I definitely die. I don't think I have a good move here. This is going to do 91%. I couldn't put any more on it, possibly. I mean, I'm Specs. What else am I supposed to do? I'm Specs. Let's go for Thunderbolt, get it down to 19. Yep, that's fine. So he's going to U-turn. That's fine. He's low. He's not going to want to bring it back in that easily. And now he's got Slowking here. I think I go into Mies and get up Stealth Rocks. I don't think it can possibly take me out. Right? Slowking. What did he use before? Did he just swap? Oh, he just swapped. He's back at full. Oh, you pivot. I mean, he can't touch. He can't touch me. I don't think. So let's go for this. We'll drop his special attack. And we're gonna go for rocks. We're just gonna get our rocks up. Oh, does he get Dazzling Gleam? Does he get Dazzling Gleam? He does not. He gets no fairy coverage. No fairy coverage. And no fighting coverage. Does get Earthquake, but he wouldn't run Earthquake. He'd run... I don't know what he would run. I don't kill. I do 53%. Altaria is still out here, but it means that he can't switch in Urshifu before he switches in Altaria. Here's Altaria. Now he's just gonna do this. That sucks. Body Press does nothing, but Ruination does half, so we're just gonna... That sucks. Actually, does it... I have like no attack investment on this thing. I think if anything was to get burned, this would probably be the dude. But now he's even less effective. He wants this thing gone. Now that I'm burned, I do even less. I can't touch Altaria with this thing. I could just go for another Ruination to get it back to 25. Oh, now I'm trapped. That sucks. Yep. Now I'm trapped in here. This is a good set. This is an interesting set he's got going on. Fascinating. I'm just gonna do one more. Oh. He roosted. Trapped in Fire Spin for, I think, one more turn. If he goes for it again, I'm in trouble. Oh my god. Am I stuck in there again now? How do I say grounded? Earthquake does 21. He didn't roost. This sucks. This totally sucks. Was that 19? Let's go for another. Oh, he missed. Let's go for another Ruination, get him to 10. Body Press still doesn't kill. This is awesome. Let's go for it anyways. I'm just trapped again. Oh my god, I'm just trapped. I'm just trapped. There's nothing I can do. Now he roosts. Yep. Now he roosts. Man, this Altaria is pissing me off. Okay, I can get out of here now. We're switching in. I can't believe I let Mies get that low, but I was stuck to Fire Spin. Nothing more I could really do. Now I'm burned here. That's fine though, because we are special. Moonblast still does a decent amount. Does he switch out into Inteleon? If it's a swap here, it's Inteleon. I'm now realizing I actually don't have a way to beat Quagsire. I think base power at 50 now because I'm burned. If I wasn't burned, this wouldn't be as meaningful. I think I anticipate him to swap. I go for Calm Mind. That's a good play. That's a good play. I'm definitely faster than a Quagsire. So now I'm at +1 with a Quagsire in my face. Oh man, Moonblast does nothing to this thing. But if it has Earthquake, it does a lot. If he spikes, if he's the spike set that I think he is, then that's fine. But if he's Surf, that is 41. Well, I don't think I mind taking another one then. Yep. Okay. Now I'm at +2. Why does Moonblast not kill? Man, I'm getting messed up right now. I'm getting totally messed up. How do I get back in this game? I think I hit this thing for massive damage is what I do. That's not even massive damage, but I got the special attack drop. Let's see it go down. Okay. Spring Quake Ball. No, it's not Quake of all time. How do I beat this thing? What is he? He's only shown me Earthquake so far. He could still have like Ice Beam. Oh man. How do I get rid of this thing? Earth Power does kill. Okay. And I'm definitely faster. Does he go back into Altaria here? If he doesn't, then I kill. Altaria's at what, 43? Psychic would do 64 to this thing, so that would kill. Psychic would do 35 to Altaria, so that wouldn't kill, but I think I still outspeed Altaria. Urshifu dies to rocks when it comes in. Slowking, I don't know what it is, but Slowking would take 23. I think I can go for Psychic. Because Psychic does me the most amount of work right here, I think. No, well... Yeah, because Psychic's guaranteed to hit everything. Psychic hits everything. We go for Psychic. Altaria comes back in. This does... Oh. Oh, is it Boots? It didn't take any damage from rocks. It must have been Boots. Okay. Interesting. Now Inteleon's here. I have no idea what Inteleon wants to do to me. But it's definitely faster. That's not even close to being correct. Sniper does so much damage to me. If it gets like an Ice Beam. I don't take too much from Quake Ball, but I definitely am outsped. I'm so outsped, but this thing has got to have Ice Beam. Can I bank on a Hydro Pump miss? I think I might just lose this battle, honestly. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, well... Brave Bird does 66%, I take 15. And then it does Ice Beam, which does 37, I take... So that one just did 31. So it doesn't have full special attack investment. Or it's not specs. Is it Scarf? It could be Scarf. Well, no, because I just took 37%. Hold on. That's 100% a spec set. Yeah, that's a specs. So this thing's choice specs into... Yeah, that's the only way it does that much damage. So it's stuck in Ice Beam right now, which into Quake Ball, Ice Beam does 32%. I'm pretty confident in that. It's stuck into Ice Beam. And in return, close combat will guarantee kill this thing. Here's Quagsire again. 49, please kill. Nice. We do get the Moxie boost. We're gonna... Oh, Rocky Helmet. Now here's Slowking. Aqua Step won't do nearly enough, and I'm choiced in. I'm gonna anticipate the Psychic, and I'm gonna go into Mies. I'm gonna take a ton of burn right now. Oh, Grass Knot. Okay. That's what he's doing then. U-turn does 15. So I know he's got Grass Knot. That's the only move I've seen out of this thing, Grass Knot. Uh-oh, that sucks. I now have lost my Psychic Resist. I don't know, guys. This is not looking too good for us. This is not looking too good for the good guys. Aqua Step. Yeah, if it has a Psychic move, that just kills. Do I have anything that does any form of damage? Go into this. But I don't do enough, and I'm going to guess it has Ice Beam. And I need that thing to kill. We're going to Quake Ball. And we're just going to Aqua Step. What does the most? The problem is when this dude switches back out in 4 seconds, he's going to go back up to full regardless. And I don't think I have a way to beat it. Slowking's going to do me in 2 weeks in a row. Yep. I'm going to assume he has something. That's a good set. This is a good set. He's got a Chilly Reception back into Urshi, which is gonna... Oh, it didn't take any from rocks. That sucks. And I'm definitely outsped. So it's gonna come down to Sanjin, which means I'm gonna lose. Yep. This close combat, which means I die. Yep. Well, that sucks. Earth power. Take out the Urshi. Ah, man, this sucks. Inteleon's is gonna hit me with an ice beam, and we're gonna lose this battle. Well, GG's to Exzolus. You played a great match, my dude. I'll be honest, I was not at all anticipating Quagsire. I did not have a plan for Quagsire, especially once Bob-omb went down. I just didn't have a way to switch into Urshifu. It's a disgusting Pokemon. He played great. Blizzard. Yeah. Okay. Well, that sucks. Well, all right. We're gonna lose. We're gonna drop to 1-1 on the season. So let's get Exzolus in here. Let's talk about the match. I'll give him a call. We'll figure out what's going on.
Hello.
Hello, dude. What's going on?
Oh, that was a game and a half.
That was a hell of a game. First off, GG's. Congratulations on the win. So I want to start this by asking you, because this is my first draft league. I don't know if it is for you too. But I just want to ask, how did you game plan for this, and what did you see?
Okay, I saw you had a. Is swearing okay?
I can edit, but
you have a lot of walls. You have so much defense on your team. I thought I needed a couple glass cannons to break through some stuff. I saw you had a really big water weakness.
I do. Mm-hmm.
Even if Electrode is a grass type, he's too fragile to take a Hydro Pokemon switch in or something.
Yep.
And also ice types, you're pretty weak too. So Inteleon was like my first go-to pick.
Yep.
Grab him, and then I chose Urshifu because
obviously.
Yeah.
Yep.
From there, the next problem was to figure out how to get past a bunch of the walls. Specifically, Corviknight and what's my name?
Tinglu, yeah. I gotta say, when you started fire spinning, I was like, oh my god, I just lost this battle.
Yeah, that was kind of like my one thing. Well, originally I didn't know, because this is also my first draft ever. I've never played competitive. I just play Ranbats. I thought I could fire spin trap through Corv, not knowing that Corv had U-turn.
Yeah, that's true.
So eventually, I was playing Mots with a friend, and I was like, wait, I can just do it on Tinglu, because they're not going to run Rock. Stone Edge? Stone Edge. They don't run Stone Edge. It's fine. So I was just hoping you didn't run Stone Edge.
I took Stone Edge off at the last second. like right before I started recording my team builder, I was like, no, because if I get stuck in a scenario where it's Urshifu versus Tinglu, I want to be able to Terra into Poison. I was Terra Poison, by the way. I want to be able to Terra into Poison, and then so I can absorb close combat and then hit back with Body Press, because Tinglu's defense is out the absolute wazoo.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but that I was not. I'll say I was not anticipating Altaria or Quagsire. So when I saw those, I was like, oh man, that was the worst. That's the worst.
Quagsire was the must bring.
Really?
Yeah, because he's Fizz Def Rocky Helmet.
Yeah.
Or Quaquaval.
Yep.
He's my hard switch for Quaquaval, and what's the rock Pokemon called? Like the fairy rock?
Diancie.
Diancie. He's my hard switch always for those two.
Yep.
And then I had AV Hoopa to try to switch into Landorus.
It was AV?
He was AV, yes. That's why he only took 30.
Okay, yeah. I was wondering, I was like, that didn't do any damage. Yeah. I will say, in my calc, that U-turn killed 200% of the time.
Okay, so
and I was like, this is a free U-turn right here. I outspeed and I kill.
I have Terra Fairy, so I clicked Terra Fairy knockoff, and then I was like, wait, maybe I just Ice Punch here just for chip. So I got off, I canceled, and then pressed Ice Punch without pressing Terra Fairy.
Oh man!
And then it just died. I was like, oops.
That's unfortunate. You got around it at least.
Yeah, I got around it. and then
Yeah.
I took Blizzard because I thought Chili Reception Blizzard was gonna be funny.
That is very funny. I was not anticipating you to come out with Blizzard, but I knew I died to Ice Beam anyways. I'm pretty sure my calc, 'cause I had like a really weird set on Landorus where like I had some things spread out. Ice Beam into my specific Landorus though from a just a normal like sniper does 215%, so I knew that I had lost either way.
Yeah. Other than that, I knew I had to sack Urshifu for Corviknight because playing Mox, I realized it's the only thing that I can get through, and I'll always do like 60 to 80 depending on what I use. So it's fine to just trade those two because I don't really need it for anything else.
Yeah.
So I actually ran Adamant, and your Clockle Valve you ran. What a speed boosting nature would have outsped my Urshifu. I just never.
I think I was. I was max speed Scarf.
Oh, okay. Well, Scarf. That's why you kept Aqua Stepping. Interesting.
Yeah. I was scarfed into it. I was like, okay, well what I think once it was like, where was it? Once Diancie went down, I was pretty much done for. I didn't have a way to deal with Altaria anymore, like reliably. And I definitely didn't have a way to beat Quagsire throughout the entire game once Electrode went down on like turn 7. So that was bad. Yeah, it was. I don't think I prepped as good this week as I did last week. But this is now the second week in a row that I've been absolutely done in by a dang Slowking.
Oh, did you lose to a Slowking last week?
No, well, last week I faced off against Dragon Rider.
Okay.
But the one thing that could really beat my team last week was Slowking, because I didn't have a response to Slowking. And this week when I saw that you had the other Slowking, I was like, are you kidding me? I got these dudes 2 weeks in a row? So yeah.
I have a question.
Yes.
Why did you not switch into Corviknight when I was Quag Diancie?
I thought that Moonblast, if I got up one more, would kill you.
I was unaware.
Yeah, I realized that afterwards. I was like, oh, yeah, I was like, that was never gonna work. I'm just stupid. So, yeah, I don't know why I forgot that you were unaware until Diancie was dead. So I was like, oh yeah, if I just get up 2 Calm Minds, I can take out Quagsire, and then I can, and he'll be forced to go into like Slowking or even just Urshifu, and I can just take out Urshifu. My plan was, where's Diancie? I had Diamond Storm, and I was gonna go for Diamond Storm, but then you swapped in Quagsire. I hedged my bets on whether Altaria or Urshifu or Quagsire were going to come in, and I was like, okay, well, I'll just take Urshifu was never an option, but yeah. I was like, I think that going for Diamond Storm might be kind of a waste, because what if I miss it? So let's just go for a Moonblast, or let's go for a Calm Mind instead.
You were also burned, so
yeah,
I don't know how much because the Diamond Storm's physical, right? Right?
Yeah. It was once it was down to 50. I was like, there's no reason for me to go for Diamond Storm other than to try to get the +2. But then once Quagsire was in front of me, I was like, he's just gonna go for Surf or something anyways, like something special. But then he went for Earthquake and did the same thing. But I had many iterations of this team. That Diancie slot was at one point Arcanine, then it was Quaquaval. I took, and then I swapped Quaquaval in for Houndstone, because Houndstone had like a decent matchup into like it Houndstone survives an Urshifu Wicked Blow, by the way. And I was like, whoa, that's weird. Fluffy's nuts. But I was like, no, Houndstone only helps me in like that one matchup, and it doesn't even do that well in that matchup, so that's not worth my time. My game plan was to, and now that I'm looking at it again, I'm realizing that I actually kind of eliminated some of my options. At first, I had many options to take out Urshifu, because I was the most scared of Urshifu, and then after that, it was Hoopa, and I was kind of just like, and Slowking's here too.
Yeah.
You have a very tough team to prep for.
Yeah, I'll be honest. It's my first draft as well. I got Urshifu because I wanted what's his name, Palafin, because I just wanted to click a button and priority hit people.
Fair enough.
I can't do that. So I was like, might as well choose the next click button guy.
Yeah, click button, get wins.
And then I heard in a YouTube video, Future Sight Urshifu is broken. So I was like, okay, Future Sight, we'll do it.
I didn't know he even got a Future Sight. That's fascinating.
Yeah.
Did you have Future Sight on him?
I did.
Oh, okay.
I was only ever Future Sighted if your Tinglu died early.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was very confident. I said in my team build, I was very confident that like, oh, Tinglu never, or not Tinglu. I said Urshifu like almost never runs psychic coverage. So
no, he
interestingly,
does
I was like, yeah, he'll have Wicked Blow, Close Combat, Sucker Punch, U-turn.
Yeah, that's
and maybe Iron Head for Diancie, but psychic, yeah. I just had a glaring weakness to psychic in this matchup, and it made stuff prepping so hard because I knew that like, if you had just brought Veluza, I would have lost.
I thought about it.
If you had gotten up a Filet Away, I had no way of beating Filet Away Veluza.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, but I couldn't find an opportunity to set it up. Plus, if you had Whirlwind on Tinglu, that would be hard.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, I thought about that as well. Prepping is hard. Takes a lot of time.
I was prepared for these 6, but a Mugus somewhere in here.
Yeah, I didn't love my Amoonguss bring. I prepped it and I did the Calxon, and I was like, no, he kind of just dies to everything on this team.
He does, but he can
like,
absorb
you have so
one
much
Hydro Pump.
Yeah. That was basically it. Was he can take one Hydro Pump from
Quaquaval. No, not Quaquaval. Sorry,
Inteleon, right? Yeah. And I was like, okay, well that's like his one niche bring, but if he's put in a scenario where he has to do literally anything else,
yeah,
he's not a good bring. I had just for clarity's sake, what moves did your Altaria have other than Fire Spin and?
He had no attacking moves.
He had no attacking moves on it? Oh my god!
Its only goal was there to get switch into Tinglu, Fire Spin you in, and then Will-O-Wisp you with Roost Defog.
Oh man, that's a nuts set. I respect the hell out of that one. That's nuts.
One goal. And it also was meant to absorb any Amuga status. And I guess
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Natural Cure. Yeah, that makes sense. That was one reason why like why my guy never told me Amoonguss as well. Was like if he brings Altaria and his Natural Cure, that kind of sucks. Yeah. Plus he can absorb Toxics with Slowking. So you're kind of stuck into going for Spore, but then if he brings an Altaria, Spore kind of just like destroys you. It's a waste of a move. So yeah, that's a nuts set on Altaria.
I'm proud of my crazy set.
Yeah, I feel like my set this week was very basic with the exception of trying to bring Calm Mind, Rock Polish, Moonblast, Chandelier dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. I probably should have gone for a Rock Polish before a Calm Mind, but it didn't matter because you had Quagsire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also went very standard this week. Like, besides Altaria, everybody else was like very standard sets.
Mm-hmm. I actually I never even saw a move from Hoopa. I'm just seeing that now.
It was knockoff Ice Punch, Zen Headbutt, Gunk Shot, covers everybody but Core, which is always your hard switch, so it didn't matter too much.
Yeah.
Its only goal was to switch into your Landorus, force Landorus out, and do knockoff onto Corviknight, so I don't get Rocky Helmeted the whole game.
Yeah, I really thought you were bringing Salamence, so I'd prepped for Salamence to come. I never did the math into an Altaria.
Yeah.
Until we were already in the battle, I was like, oh, now I gotta calculate against Altaria. What do I do? And I found out I do nothing to Altaria. Like, nothing does anything to Altaria.
I did stuff for yesterday as well. And then my friend was like, why do you keep bringing Altaria instead of Salamence? And then we did Mox, and he's like, damn, this is genius.
Yeah, no, that's a genius set. Like play of the week, bringing that Altaria, honestly. That was absolutely genius. For reference, my hard swap, well, not my hard swap, my revenge killer for Urshifu was Landorus, because when I did out the math, I found that with my exact bring for Landorus, I could live hold on, I wrote this down, because it was such like a weird specific bring. Landorus can outspeed a banded max speed Jolly Urshifu, and it lives a Scarf Adamant max attacking Urshifu. So if you were to bring like try to mix them together, I live both, and then if I do Earth Power, it does 100.8% back. And I was like, it's good enough for me.
Yeah. For me, Landorus, it was always a sack and then go into Inteleon, and then I'd get huge damage off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Landorus is easy to deal with as long as you go first.
Yeah. I had a fast water type, so I got lucky.
Yeah. I'm probably going to try and switch up my team in the free agency market this week because I know I've got some holes that I kind of want to plug up a little bit. So I'm going to try and hit the waiver wire as it was. See what I can grab.
Yeah.
So. All right. Well, do you have anything you want to plug before this goes on YouTube?
Nah, I'm good.
No, you're good. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining. GG's once again, and have a fantastic rest of your night.
You too.
All right. See you later.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if you guys enjoyed, leave a like down below. Subscribe if you're new. This was not our best match, but we're still learning. We're 1-1. I think we played well. We just didn't prep well. You know, I think we made the right plays at the right time. I just didn't have the team to do it. So, see you back next week. Next week we are taking on. Give me one moment and I'll find out because I don't remember the schedule. Next week we are taking on. Where am I? The Lavender Town Lamps, which is coached by Azalea Akari. Just so you guys know, this is the team that has Dragapult, Ursaluna. So that's going to be fun. So, leave a like down below, subscribe if you're new. I'll check you guys in the next one. Peace.